Okay, so what I sent you was, remember, that's the visual for the original plan. I'm just showing that for reference because that is the original plan from all plans, no? Yun ang nandun kay Illustre, etc. If you notice, even Manosa kept an aspect of that, eh.
Yes.
Di
Yes.
ba? Okay, so yun ang mawawala. So all developments since have departed from that, no? Ang naging dahilan kung bakit pumayag yung pamilya was
Mm.
that monument aside, may public service aspect,
Mm.
which was library, museum, and theater. The entire reason, for example, that my grandmother gave permission for her husband's remains to be moved
Mm.
to QMC
Mm.
was not that there would be a monument, but that there would be a museum, a library, and a theater. If the mayor has problems with parang masyadong grandiose yung idea sa kanya nung moral victory monument mo, which is actually a complex, you may want to consider turning it into those aspects. In which case, hindi na grandiose and babalik sa original motivation nung ano. Yun ang suggestion ko. Kasi sa amin, from the family's point of view, syempre, ayaw namin makialam masyado, but ang duty namin is to raise those agreements from the start. Ang punto ko lang, ibalik mo lang yung mga nawalang purpose. All I'm saying is, those are the things that expand your stakeholders, bring it back to its original purpose, but at the same time, make it more useful to the community.
Yeah.
Diba? Alam mo naman yung misgivings ni Mayor. So work with it na. I mean, if you can keep your baby, if you repurpose it to something more strategic,
Yeah.
baka yun ang susi.
And so we did. In accordance with these historic revelations, reminders, passed on mandates, and requests regarding Quezon Memorial Circle, and with Manuel Quezon III himself specifically anointing our proposed Moral Victory Monument alone to finally end the aimless multi-decade design guesswork for QMC by fulfilling QMC's long-forgotten moral obligations to the Quezon Shrine. We hereby resubmit our revised historically compliant participative private-public partnership redevelopment proposal for a much better-built memorial circle through angel investment, fully aligned with their shared advocacies for inclusive sustainable tourism, for human development and empowerment, for urban farming, for cultural awareness, for historical reverence, for clean air, for walkable cities, for commuter mental wellness, for servant leadership, and for maximum regreening. Notably featuring Paris-inspired radial visual corridors centered to the park's actual focal point to the iconic Trilon. Flanked by sidewalk cafes with romantic views of the iconic epitome of the promise to love till death do us part. Maximized regreening with pocket Miyawaki forest reserves and mandatory green roofs for all proposed structures in the park, for the City Hall complex, and for the MRT stations. Ensuring that every equivalent square meter of footprint that our proposed structures borrow from nature shall be duly returned to nature right on top of their very own roof decks. Green-roofed swerve-free PUV terminals welcoming commuters that beautify the park's neglected outer perimeter with safer off-street transitways while decongesting the root cause of traffic along the one-way thoroughfare, as shown to everyone every day by Waze. Feng Shui, and Pamahing cures for the sacred memorial grave. A tripartite freedom arch on Calayan Avenue, to commemorate our July 4th independence that Quezon fought so hard for. A pandemic frontliner monument at East Avenue, to honor our modern heroes working here and abroad. A True North Moral Compass monument at North Avenue, serving as a guide for our daily life decisions. And a Moral Victory monument shaped iconically like the Philippine eagle, the dove of peace, or the Philippine flag to maximize its green-roofed shelter while minimizing its ecological cost and footprint, to positively boost cultural, historical, and sports tourism, to instill civic pride among Filipinos and Q citizens that deserve nothing less than the very best from their hard-earned taxes, to offer a delightful country club sporting lifestyle for Q citizens, to stimulate the Bilbao effect for the city, to perfectly complement the majestic Quezon Shrine, to pamper commuters with a grand circle station, and to uphold Manuel Quezon's proclaimed vision for a city that is aesthetically the showpiece of the nation and the epitome of culture and spirit of the country. A win-win all-inclusive everybody happy QMC master plan for all of us. For history and culture, for the people, for the environment, for sports, for City Hall, and for our dear Mayor.
Personally, maganda because yung everything is green, you're bringing back the plants, hindi na magulo, pedestrian and people-friendly, maganda tingnan, alam mo, maraming tubig, and so on.
Providing a visually delightful and economically stimulating architectural design that is uniquely Filipino, with a meaningfully relevant landmark icon and tourist attraction that we are not undeserving of as taxpayers, and an alternative citizen-initiated master plan option that is comparatively much better aligned with the mayor's core thrust and vision for servant leadership, for people empowerment, for sports development, for economic progress, for sustainable regreening, and for public benefit.
From my personal opinion, would boil down to 4 major points. I think the biggest selling point of this plan is finally letting the people in. Kasi yun nga, yung nabanggit mo dati, it's pang taong may kotse lang ito eh.
Yes.
Up to now. Okay. Second, the second big selling point, which I think a lot of stakeholders agree on, is that it preserves as much as possible the greenery of the area. What I like is it's also taking into account new mobility concerns, particularly for people who are cyclists. I guess you've taken in all the feedback from all the sectors. Personally, maganda because yung everything is green, you're bringing back the plants, hindi na magulo, pedestrian and people-friendly, maganda tingnan, alam mo, maraming tubig, and so on. So, safe para sa tao, safe para sa hayop, safe para sa commuter, tourist,
Yeah.
diba? Lahat. So, yun lang.
Wow, thank you very much for that, Manolo.